Shippers, this is Dawn, and today we're going to make the center explosion card. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is a Valentine one that I made, and I posted this one on my blog. And I want to show you the inside, so it looks like that. Isn't it cute? So then it closes up like that. Now this one has a little ribbon around it to tie it shut, but you don't need it if you don't want to use a belly band or a ribbon. Just wanted to show you the variety that you could do with this card. And then this is the one we're going to make today. This is a birthday card. So when you open it up, it looks like that. Isn't it awesome? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's start with the measurements. This is a piece of Whisper White, and this is cut at 5.5 by 12. And the 12 by 12 is also available in the very vanilla and then also in the basic black, as well as the Whisper White. So then you're going to need 3 panels of the basic black, and these are all cut at 3 3/8 by 5 3/8, and you'll need 3. Then you'll need 2 panels of the Whisper White, and these are both cut at 3 by 5. Then I'm using the Petal Passions designer paper. This is going to be for the front. And this piece is cut at 3 1/8 by 2 3/4. And then you'll need 2 pieces cut at 2 3/8 by 5 3/8. And this is going to be for the explosion part of the card. Okay, so first we're going to grab our paper trimmer. Along the 12-inch side across the top, we're going to score this at 3.5, 6, and 8.5. Okay, now we're going to go back and we're going to use our pencil. We're going to make 4 little tick marks with our pencil. And the first mark we're going to mark at 4.5. You're going to take your pencil and you're just going to mark the top and the bottom. Then you're going to slide it down to 7.5 and do the same thing. Mark it at the top and the bottom. Now we're going to score at a diagonal. So we're going to make an X in the center of this fold. So you're going to take this tick mark and score it down to that one, and then this one to this one. So the pencil line should line up on your trimmer score mat right here. So you're going to line the top left and then score it down to the bottom right. It's like that. Then we're going to do the other side the same way. So you're going to take your pencil line, line it up on the track. So now it's going to be the top right down to the bottom left. So now you should have your X that looks like this in the center. Hopefully that shows up on the camera. Okay, so that's it for the scoring. Okay, so now we can erase our pencil lines. Okay, so now we're going to fold our score line. So we're going to fold it this way and this way. So it's basically a valley like this. And then the explosion part is going to be popped up. So that's going to be a mountain fold. Let me get my bone folder here. And the mountain fold is going to go the other side. And then the center line is going to be a valley. Okay, so it should look like this now. So the valley is here, and then the center score line. And then your X score lines are mountains, so they're going to pop up. So then when you fold the card, it's going to fold in like this. Okay? And once you do that, then you can go ahead and reinforce those score lines. Make them really nice and crisp. Okay? So now it should look like that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do some stamping. Okay, so I'm using the Picture Perfect Birthday, and we're going to use a few of the greetings here. So the front, we're going to stamp Happiest of Birthdays to You, and we're going to use the Memento ink. And I just have a piece of scrap Whisper White here. We're going to punch this out with a 2-inch circle punch. Okay, we're going to bring in our panels that are going to go on the inside of our card. So then on one of the panels we're going to stamp, Today We Celebrate Wonderful, Brilliant, Fabulous You. And then on the second one we're going to stamp the Celebrate the Good Stuff. Okay, then we're going to add these to the basic black pieces, which are right here. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, then we're going to take the happiest of birthdays. We're going to punch this out with the 2-inch circle punch. Then we're going to take a piece of basic black. And we're going to punch out a 2 1/4 inch circle punch. Those are going to layer together. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and move to the center of the card, the explosion part of the center. And we're going to focus on these two center pieces right here. And we're using the Petal Passions designer paper. And these are both cut at 2 3/8 by 5 3/8. And we're going to first use some temporary adhesive. So I'm just going to put a little tiny bit on the back. And you're going to line up, let me fold this so you can see it good. Okay, so we're going to add our designer paper to the center part, but we're going to move it up just a little bit because it's just a little bit like 1/8 of an inch of a border all the way around. So instead of lining it up exactly right where we want it, we're going to move it up just a little bit. So there's the line, and then I moved it up a little bit. So then all you're going to do is you're just going to flip this over, and then you're going to hand cut this out. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so then you cut it out. So then once you've cut that, then it should layer right onto that center part perfectly, just like that. Okay, so then you can also make a template of this, and this is what I did for this one. So I went ahead and made a template. So once you have the template, that you can just go ahead and cut that out before you even put it onto the card. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with this one. I'm just going to use my template, line it up, and then cut that out. Okay, so then this piece is going to sit right over here on this side, just like that. And then you have your panels that are going to go over here, just like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and add all these pieces to the inside. Okay, so then this is how the card folds shut. Isn't that awesome? And then the third piece of the basic black is going to go on the front. And then your designer paper. And let me show you what I did here is I colored in the designer paper with our Stampin'Blends. And these were the colors that I used. Okay. And I went ahead already and colored a piece. And then also I added a piece of ribbon, which is the basic black shimmer ribbon. It's beautiful. And I went ahead already and did this front section right here. Isn't it pretty? We're going to layer this onto the front. Then we're going to take our greeting. We're going to pop this up on the front with the dimensional. Here, just like that. And then for the inside, let me show you what I did for that. I took some white perfect accents, and I also colored those in with the Stampin'Blends. And I think I used the Rich Razzleberry and the Daffodil Delight. So let me go ahead and do those. So I'm going to put one of each color on each of the panels. So I'm just going to color in the perfect white accents, 2 of them. And then with the Daffodil Delight. Okay, so we'll set those aside to dry, and I'm going to add some basic rhinestones, 1 on each side. Okay, and we'll take our perfect accents. Aren't they pretty? Okay, then another thing that I did do on the inside is I took all the colors and I just colored in the dots. And won't do that on camera today, but I'll show you the finished one again. So here's that. Okay, so here's the center with the colored polka dots. And this is the paper that I used for that. Isn't it pretty? And it just closes up like that. So cute. And then here's the Valentine's one again. Let me show you the inside. I used a bunch of gold accents for this one. I used the gold foil sheet. Then this stamp set is called Layering Love. And then I used the Painted with Love designer paper. And then on the inside I used the gold as the accent on the back. Isn't that pretty? So there's that one. Okay, so that's how you make that center explosion card. I'll have all the items listed below, and then also subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.